Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Audemars Piguet Edward Piguet Chronograph. Automatic winding in white gold. You can see this Edward Piguet Chronograph on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this timepiece with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this automatic chronograph in white gold. Now you can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this watch which features a mid-E serial number, and by mid-E I mean about 55,000 out of 100,000, was produced in the late 1990s as part of the Edward Piguet family of watches. The Edward Piguets were all non-round watches, and though the Audemars family pretty much runs things these days, the company is inclined to pay equal deference to the Audemars and Piguet names, which stretch back to the 1875 founding of the firm. So the Edward Piguet on my wrist cuts an imposing stance in spite of moderate proportions. It's 29 millimeters across the round of the case, 45 millimeters from lug to lug. This is for the man who perhaps likes the non-round watch but feels that reversos, Cartier tanks, they're simply too common. This is the upscale high horology alternative. Likewise, for those of you engaged in Royal Oak and offshore detox who want to stay inside the AP product line, this is a fantastic option. Now the watch is fairly slim too, at 12 millimeters thick, so that's 45 lug to lug, 29 across, not including pushers or crown. It's 12 millimeters thick, and you can see from the flank there is a curve to the bezel, such as it is, that you can easily slide this watch underneath a dress cuff. The combination of a black dial, black strap, and white metal makes it a very handsome and versatile watch. It wears well with just about anything except unintended use apparel, such as bathing suits you would like to avoid, ice spelunking you should avoid, hazardous duty, hazardous waste, all of these things go elsewhere. For everything else, this watch is the perfect wrist companion, and as you can see, my wrist in fact allows for a little bit of extra flare to the strap, such that you could easily pull that strap tighter and wear this watch on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters in circumference. Frankly, it's an excellent option for a small wrist, but because of its case form and its volume, it also wears well with plenty of stance and presence on a bigger wrist. The strap is integrated into the flank of the case, so it has a very coherent look, very little daylight showing between the end of the strap and the case, so the watch does wear all of a piece, almost like a sort of hybrid leather and metal bracelet. You also note the strap is very thin, so it's very flexible, comfortable, and it's paired with a substantial white gold AP deployant buckle of the same fashion, same size and substance that you'll find on a Royal Oak offshore. It's a perfect companion to the watch and nicely counterweights the watch head. So if you like to wear your watch loose, having a substantial buckle opposite of substantial case is ideal. Of course, the case back is solid, so all of gold. You're getting more precious metal content, and it's increasing the relative heft of the watch. It weighs more than you would expect when you first see it and pick it up. The flanks of the case is two sides are beautifully decorated. You'll note there's a shoulder to the bezel and case flank, and then it's recapitulated in the shoulders around the pushers, which in microcosm recap the shape of the case itself. You can see they even have camber underneath them, and you'll see the same sort of fluting on the opposite flank. The watch is beautifully made, and the dial itself is thoughtfully detailed. You'll note the oversized lozenge-style white gold applications, and then at 7 and 5, smaller white gold but equally luminescent applications to fit the more constrained dimensions of the lower dial, including the date window. Now, outboard of the center dial, the hour track is guilloche cut on a rose lathe. Inboard, it's lacquered and gloss, and then there is a stylized railroad-style seconds and minutes track outboard with baton-style hands at center. Now it is a chronograph, and an automatic one at that, with the caliber 2385 inside. What it is the Frederic Piguet automatic winding vertical clutch column wheel chronograph. So the vertical clutch allows you to leave the chronograph engaged with no additional wear and tear. It also allows for stopping and starting of the watch without any stagger or jump. This isn't the kind of chronograph that's going to jump 1 to 2 seconds simply because you engage it and play between the train wheels causes the hand to look imprecise. There's none of that with a vertical clutch. It's either engaged or disengaged. There's no process of engaging. The column wheel makes it a crisp tactile pleasure to use. You can hear the report from the interplay between the horns of the levers and the crenellated towers of the column wheel. 40 hours power reserve, automatic winding. It does feature a quick set date such that you can rapidly cycle the date and correct it as necessary. It is not a highly water resistant watch, however. Between 2 and 3 ATM, like I said, keep this one high and dry. You have an offshore for that. This is a watch that could very easily be the mainstay of a collection. Handsome, imposing in its stance, beautifully made, and hailing from a distinguished house. The Audemars Piguet Edward Piguet Chronograph can be seen and purchased on our website.